Imagine waking up after death. You open your eyes, but the world around you is dark, cold, hollow, and endless. You start walking through a deep tunnel carved by war itself, and at the end of the tunnel, you meet the man you killed. That is the haunting journey Wilfred Owen takes us on in his unforgettable poem, Strange Meeting. Let me introduce the poet, children. Wilfred Owen, a British soldier and one of the greatest war poets of World War One, did not write about heroes or victory. He wrote about pain and the terrible pity and the cost of war. He died just a week before the war ended, but his poems live forever, speaking the truth soldiers could never say aloud. In Strange Meeting, Owen imagines a soldier spirit descending into the afterlife, where he meets a dead enemy soldier, the very one he killed. Their conversation reveals something powerful, that in death enemies are no different, only broken souls searching for peace. Let's talk about the main themes of this poem. The pity of war. War kills compassion, dreams, and humanity. Second, shared brotherhood. Enemies in life become friends in death. Third, futility of violence. War gives nothing, only takes everything. Fourth, lost potential. Young men die before they can fulfill their purpose. Fifth, peace in death. Only after dying do they find understanding and rest. Now, let me read the first stanza first and then give you the explanation. Section 1, The Descent. It seemed that out of battle I escaped down some profound dull tunnel, long since scooped through granites which titanic wars had groined. This is the first section. Let me explain, children. The poem begins like a dream. The speaker feels he has escaped the battlefield, but this is no victory. He is dead, walking through a tunnel of rock and silence. The walls feel ancient, carved by titanic wars, as if war has always been part of human history. He walks deeper, searching for meaning in the darkness. Section 2, The Dead Soldiers. Yet also their encumbered sleepers groaned, too fast in thought or death to be bestirred. Then, as I probed them, one sprang up and stared, with piteous recognition in fixed eyes, lifting distressful hands as if to bless. Now, I will explain this section. He sees shapes lying all around. Soldiers, motionless, heavy with death. They seem to be sleeping, but their groans echo through the air. They are souls trapped in eternal restlessness, too tired even to wake up. The scene is quiet but heartbreaking, the cost of war lying in silence in underground. Section 3, The Recognition. And by his smile I knew that sullen hall, by his head smile I knew we stood in hell. With a thousand fears that vision's face was grained, yet no blood reached there from the upper ground. Now, in this section, the poet is saying, suddenly one man rises. He looks at the speaker, eyes full of sorrow, not fear. There is something familiar about him, as if they have met before. This is the moment when the living and the dead recognize one another, not as enemies, but as reflections of the same suffering. Section 4, The Greeting. Strange friend, I said, here is no cause to mourn. None said that other, save the undone years. The hopelessness, whatever hope is yours, was my life also. I went hunting wild after the wildest beauty in the world. Let me explain here. The soldier greets him gently. Strange friend, it's ironic. Once enemies, now united in death. The other man replies, there is no cause to mourn except for the undone years. The years they never got to live. The laughter, love, and dreams that war stole. That's the real tragedy. Section 5, Lost Dreams. Because I lived by beauty, I let fall the shade that on your spirit did not fall. I would have poured my spirit without stint, but not through wounds, not on the cess of war. Here, the dead man explains, I had the same hopes as you had. He too once dreamed of life, of beauty, of creation, of something pure. but war crushed it all. This is Owen's message. Both sides in the war are the same. Men with the same dreams destroyed by the same violence. Section 6. Waste of potential. I am the enemy you killed, my friend. I knew you in this dark, for so you frowned yesterday through me as you jabbed and killed. I parried, but my hands were loath and cold. Here, in this stanza, he confessed he is tired, tired of war, tired of hatred, tired of mankind's cruelty. He had chased beauty and truth, but instead found horror and decay. The light of his soul was snuffed out by the darkness of battle. This shows the spiritual exhaustion war leaves behind. Section 7. The pity of war. I mean the truth untold, the pity of war, the pity war distilled. Now men will go content with what we spoiled, or discontent boil bloody and be spilled. Let me explain this stanza. Here comes the core of Owen's message. The pity of war, the deep sadness that war creates. The truth remains untold because people at home believe in glory, while soldiers see only pain and futility. This is the truth untold. Owen wanted the world to hear. Section 8. The lost message. Courage was mine and I had mystery. Wisdom was mine and I had mastery. To miss the march of this retreating world into vain citadels that are not walled. The dead soldier says he wanted to pour out his spirit, to write, to sing, to create, but war silenced him. His creativity, his art, his potential all spilled into the mud of battle. He represents an entire generation of lost voices. Section 9. The Revelation. I am the enemy you killed, my friend. I knew you in this dark, for so you frowned yesterday through me as you jabbed and killed. Finally, the truth. The ghost reveals he is the man the speaker killed. There is no hatred, only forgiveness. He calls him my friend, proving that in death all divisions, nationality, uniform, and pride disappear. What remains is pure humanity. Section 10. The ending line. Let us sleep now. The poem ends in silence and peace. Two souls, once enemies, now lie side by side, ready to rest together. After all the noise of war, sleep becomes the only true peace. Let me conclude, children. Wilfred Owen's Strange Meeting is not just about death, it's about understanding. It teaches us that war never truly ends. It continues in the hearts of those who remember. Owen reminds us that the real enemy is not each other, but the ignorance that glorifies war. In death, both men become symbols of peace, united by pain, redeemed by forgiveness. If this poem touched you, if it made you see war and humanity in a new light, then don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Let's continue exploring poetry, not just with our minds, but with our hearts.